All right. Welcome to We Are Something Else presents Soul Tales, episode 34. We're back. All my buttons there. Let's see who we got representing for the crew tonight. Oh, it's just us three tonight. It's me, it's Cardo, it's my man E Rich out on the West Coast. Fellas, come off mute.
What up?
What's good with everybody? Cardo. It's been
chilling, man. You know, sitting here watching this draft, flicking between that and the NBA playoffs.
Right. Any draft picks stand out to you so far?
Shador not getting drafted yet.
Yeah, we were just talking about that offline.
But they're gonna retire his jersey.
That's a really good point. They just had this. We talked about this last week. How Shador and Travis both got their jerseys retired in a ceremony last weekend. And the significance of a jersey retirement means that you stamped your college career, or you stood out, and nobody else deserves to wear those numbers. So you're getting ready to do, and that's weird, right before the draft too. And you're just sitting. I mean, granted, it's still the first round, and being a second round pick doesn't mean that your career, you're not,
no, I agree.
But it's just,
I think his record at Colorado was like 13-11. Like, what are we talking about here?
Right. Yeah. Hey, what's good with you, bro?
Ain't shit. Same old. Looking at these, looking at the draft. I got a different take on it, but when have we not seen where certain people rub people the wrong way? Pause all day, whatever you want to say, but we know what it is. It's a stigmatism of who he is, who his daddy is, and then also the way that he comes up. Like let's just put it out there. Like, he's not your typical college quarterback. More or less, he's one of those they would consider him old school wide receiver. You know what I mean? Kind of like the flashy, he talk a lot, you know what I mean? Kind of a diva in the sense. But make no mistake about it though. If you getting trained by Tom Brady is not a stamp to say that something that believes in your ability, and you've shown that on the field. Because let's just be honest, I think look at the records in the whole nine. He had a trash ass line. He had at least what you would consider a better offensive kind of core to get the ball to, right? All things considered, you look at the cats who had better offensive lines, better teams, and record-wise, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's going to look different. It is what it is. At the end of the day, nobody's sitting there talking like, let's just be honest. I'm going to say this right now. I think the running back from Boise State was good because of the conference that he was in. If he was in a conference that went up against a Penn State, he went up against a USC, a Michigan, all those, he's not getting those numbers. Why? Because he's playing against a lower like it's not going to translate.
But I feel like you could say I feel like you can say the same thing about Shador also though. Like there's no North Dakota State on your schedule in the NFL. Like they had some lackluster opponents too.
I'm not saying they had lackluster, but they went up against more ranked opponents than the running back did. In the sense that you got to look at it and stay from the standpoint of what I'm just saying, the translation from college to the NFL has always been what? It's not so much that you were the best player on your team. It was who was the best player in either that conference that translates to the NFL. And I don't, like I said, I'm not saying that he's not going, because he went to the Raiders. I got to root for him as a running back. But I'm just saying, like, some of these people, these guys that are actually getting drafted, even the cat from Arizona, like the analyst was like, he got no separation. So how you going to be a running back? I mean, a wide receiver in the NFL if you can't get separation?
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh no, hold on, wait a minute. Before he it's on live air, man. I mute him up. Oh, okay,
Bad.
Bro. What's good with you?
See the CB in the back.
Oh, there's CB.
How many you into, man?
I ain't even started yet. That's the problem. I need to. Well, I take that back. We did start at the airport, but I
I was about
need
to
a
say, you sent that
continuation.
text message like 6:00 in the morning. Yeah, it already.
Like you run through the fields out there,
bro. Nah, man, fucking traveling, bro. I'm ready to. I'm ready to get it in now, but.
Let everybody know where y'all at. Where you at?
We are in Tubuck, Arizona, right by Tubuck Golf Resort. So yeah, we came out here. Me and my man CB and my little cousin. We out here, man, playing some golf, man.
Man. Okay.
And we then we got Tucson and Saturday playing golf there too. So.
Oh, nice. And
Everett's too important for his job. He couldn't fuck with us. No. He's the man in his job now. So hey, look, it's all good, brother. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta pay the bills.
Next time, man, we doing Palm Springs, man.
There it is.
And the CB joined. He just
CB's smack. He's just enjoying the view right now. I don't know what CB's doing.
don't worry. He got like 3 sick days. We will take that.
He's just floating back. He just keeps float on.
Yeah, I saw who y'all was hanging out with earlier, so that may make sense why it's happening that way. So, all right,
yeah,
I'm good. Well, look, I know y'all on vacation. Y'all just got there. Y'all want to, enjoy the night. So we'll let's just get into it real quick. Where's the view? Boom. All right. So up first, let's start with this one. 3 days of heat restock for Jordan brand. So started on April 22nd. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to this, but April 22nd, the Black Cement 3s, Black Cat 3s re-released, restocked. Then April 23rd, the Fear 4s, Legend Blue 11s restocked. And then today, you had the Metallic 5 Black reimagined, the Blueberry 12s, Black Toe 14s, and the Olive 9s restocked. Now, this is, and then in the middle, I have this holiday season. It was announced this week too that the High 85 breads, which just came out in February, are also restocking. Now, we just got those in the All-Star Weekend, like I said. First question: why not put a significant amount out the first go round? Why play around? And I know a few of these on here we all went for, or some of us went for, some of us landed, some of us didn't. But if you're going to restock anyway, because it does take a while to go back and create a shoe. I mean, especially depending on what the numbers are, but they're talking about full restocks from what the rumor mills are saying, full restocks. Why not put the numbers out right away and just allow everybody who wanted the pair to get them the first go round? That's just my thoughts. And second thought on that, before you answer the question, is the restock game, because this whole show is about restocks. Like, that's why I called it We're Back. Is the restock game, is that going to kill? Is that killing the shoe game? Because now you're talking about resale too. I've seen those resale values kind of crazy. All right, let's start with you, Cardo.
2 things. I think it's about spreading it out over different quarters throughout the year. So you can show sales. If, let's say, once you come out in the first quarter, you restock it in the third quarter. It's going to sell out. It's not going to sit. So you can kind of show sales throughout those, throughout the year and not just in one quarter. As far as resale with the restock, I think they're trying to kill reselling.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Say you missed out on the ones, then that price started to creep up, 2 or 3 months after it's released, and then you restock it, boom, that price come back down.
Yeah, I mean that's a good theory. Thoughts?
That's on par. Like the way that, it's almost like, how do you an easier way to kill it is by flooding something, and to the point where it just begins to where it's almost like, let's get rid of this, right? Get rid of this so that we can kind of open up the way for the summertime where we're releasing. We still got more, kind of collabs where we don't want, right? Everything that that kind of is supposed to be dropping out that you've been forecasting for since last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this the drops that that they're looking for? I also feel like, let's be honest, Cheeto Benito and the tariffs play a part in trying to get this, by trying to get some of these pushed out sooner than later. Why? Because what's already in warehouses is one thing, but what you already put in order has to actually get bought by the end of this month. So you look at it and you say, here go everything that was still in the warehouse. We made the purchase, so all the summertime shit's already gonna be shipped over where it needs to be. And then we just kind of stack money and we kind of see where the chips lie at the end of the quarter. Because let's just be honest, we gonna see these prices hike up as well.
I was about to say, let's not forget that all these shoes are carrying a $200 plus tag on them right about now, and I think the bread ones was $250. Crazy.
Yeah. Nah, man, I agree with everything both of y'all said, man. But I just don't. I feel like they playing our emotions too, man. Like, I'm in the airport and I saw them fives coming out today, man. Like, I didn't even know they was coming out today.
Yep.
And, I had my dilemma with them. That's another story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, man. Like, I see why they doing this, killing the resale game, which I'm here for, because they was busting Bama's on the resale game crazy, man. So now look, flood the market, drop the prices down. But look, just can I get my bread? Can I get my fives though? Yeah, can I get my Reimagined fives back though, please?
That's
That's all I want, Nike. That's all I want.
Oh no, you know what? No, because we talked about. I was on 3 the Hard Way this week, and they asked him about shoes. So tell them your story. What happened with the five? So people know that just because that's the question was, what's the difference between unauthorized or replicas versus the real stuff? And I was saying, look, it used to be the way they look, but now some of these things you can't tell, and some of these retails are coming fucked up.
Yeah.
Tell your story.
Oh no, I got the Reimagined fives, man. Got them from Foot Locker. Won the raffle. They came, and the tongue, they're like somebody just sliced razor blades on top of the tongue, man. And they came like that. And I took them back to Foot Locker. They was questioning me like, yo, like, what did you do? I'm like, bro, they came like this, bro. I didn't do nothing. Like, and the dude and the manager was like, yo, I can't even reset them like this, man. Like, he said we got to at least give him a discount or something. But he was mad too.
Oh yeah. The tag on that shoe was that?
It was like $220 or something like that.
Man,
yeah,
crazy. So yeah, I was trying to explain that just because you pay $200+ for, oh wow, this joint is tripping. Just because you pay $200+ for a shoe doesn't necessarily, it's not going to guarantee that it comes correct.
Yeah.
All right. Again, here we go. More restocks. We're back. So we know this past year, the KD was at the 4. They released all the major colorways of the KD 4, which allowed folks to get some of their, the conversation was grail or no grails, but you had the Nerfs, you had the Weathermans, the Christmas Day joints, you had the Aunt Pearl, and then the All Stars. It gave us the opportunity to run those back. I mean, which is crazy because Kevin Durant is still active in the NBA, still has an active, his shoe stock, his shoe numbers still go up. He still has an active contract with Nike, so we're getting new colorways and new models, but people want the retros. And that proved to be solid because people went crazy for those first few colorways. Then they start doing the scoring titles, which is still sitting. And then there was the MVPs, I think, are still sitting. So, but now it looks like in 2026, take the year off for this year, we're getting the KD6 collection returning to, I guess, retail and stores. And to me, the 6 was between the 4 and the 6 was one of my favorite silhouettes of the KD, and it has some pretty classic colorways. And speaking of which, classic colorways, the first one up, rumored next year, is the PB&J colorway, which is the one at the top. I always wanted those, but when they released, they were limited, and then now the price. If you look at that StockX price on those things are crazy. Rumored release price is $140, which we were just talking about how a lot of it, mainly Jordans, are the $200 plus retail ticket now, and for them to run these back under $150 is pretty dope. So, does this, was the 6 one of your favorite silhouettes? Anything out of here you looking to see? How do you feel about this? Them running it back.
The peanut butter jelly ones for sure. But I'm wondering, and not to kind of give away maybe a later segment that's happening. I don't think you need to do the full run. I don't. I think that there's chosen ones that I think that should drop, but I don't think that you should do all of them. Here's the reason why. I think because then we get into that bag, like you said, because then once you have stuff sitting, right? Because we talked about this maybe last year. There were like LeBrons that came out that were sitting and nobody really talking about them, as if like you get into that bag of if that shoe is not the one that everybody's looking for. So now you want to, if you start retroing a certain shoe and you just drop that whole line, what did you learn from what you dropped the first time? You know what I mean? Like you can't just go and say, we're going to do the same thing and we're going to have, the lightning in the bottle is not going to strike the same time. I think you go by off of what you know that would be considered classics, and then you also look at what the nostalgia pairs are that I think that you run with. And here's what, and for me, here's what happens when you do that. Then you have us now knowing that we have to check for the certain ones that are dropping, because they're not just, like I said, there's certain ones that, I wanted the Bad Apples. I can't remember what number that they first came out for KD. All the other ones was just kind of like whatever, you know what I mean? So there's certain ones that that we look for, and at that period of time when they came out was a reason for that. We all know that the Bad Apple colorway from Ye's shoes and all that good stuff was the reason why everybody started doing the colorway. You don't do that with this or the one that they're supposed to. We're gonna look at it and be like, what is it for? So I think is it a learning moment for Nike to get it right with the ones that have the signature shoes that we really are looking for as far as them, the retro?
Got you.
This shoe hits like a special. Me personally, I never liked the shoe. I always thought it looked like a burrito. The way that it was laced up.
The way the inside,
yeah. But it hits a special place because I was we had a Nike event at the store with KD. He came into the store. They had released, like, I forgot what colorway it was. Might have been a DMV pair or something early, like 2 weeks before it released for everybody. It was in our store. So it was a whole thing. Like, KD hung out with the staff and everything. So for that thing, it's kind of like a special shoe. But as far as, like, going after it, I doubt it. Because, like I said, I thought it would look like a burrito when it came out back in the day.
I remember, though, what the KD colorway in this version was pretty dope. Now, I don't know if they're gonna run back the what the KDs for this, but I did like that colorway.
Nah, I was never a fan of these joints, man. Yeah, I was. Yeah, so you can miss me with these, but I never was a fan, bro. I never liked these joints. Yeah.
I got you.
So it's a hard pass for me.
And it was the DMV preheat. That's the colorway that we released earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now we've been talking about a lot of restocks, and I think one of the things that we talk about here is Nike has lacked innovative ideas for their shoes as of late. But I want to talk about this one because when I saw this hit the internet, I thought that I got excited when I seen these. I saw a Kobe in it. I saw somewhat maybe of a Kyrie Irving, like a little bit across of those. But I mean, the colorway itself is dope. There's some like the pattern work on there, top tier. So Nike and Ja Morant revealed that the Ja 3, the new design of the Ja 3, which features all new swoosh design. If you look, the way the check is kind of situated on the side of the shoe, it's like a J, and then there's also like a pattern next to it as an A. So Ja, that's Ja's signature, which is dope, right? It personalized the shoe for him now, which makes it tight. So it features a different texture upper pattern that includes an expanded monogram of Ja's signature logo, which you talk about. It is due to release August 15th. No retail price as of yet, but the Ja 2 retail for $140. So I'm gonna give this maybe a $160, no more than $180 retail price. I don't think we're getting $180, but if it was $140 for the last one, I'm gonna say we're looking at
$160.
You can see $160.
Yeah, I can see $160.
What's your thought on this? What's your thought?
I like these drinks, man.
Yeah,
I like them, man. Like I want to see more colorways though, but I like the initial colorway too, man. They might be comfortable, man. Like you can still wear them like with different kinds of clothes. You can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with sweatpants, you can wear them shorts. So yeah, I fool with them, man. Hey, shout out to Ja, man. Hey, I wish we could help him play better in this Thunder series because they getting their ass cooked.
I thought I was looking to see what the sole was on it, but I couldn't tell, and it didn't mention it yet. So, thoughts on this one, Carter? I know you've been critical about new designs.
I like it. I actually disagree with you with one of the first things you said. I don't see a Kobe, and I think for me that's one of my issues with Nike. So many of these Nike signature shoes that they've been giving athletes have been having Kobe DNAs in the shoes. This is left field to me. I mean, I want to see more colors, but this colorway is dope. Yeah, I'm with it. You know, I'm also to the point where like I'm not really wearing basketball shoes as much because I just don't dress like that anymore. I think I had that conversation with our money a while ago. But yeah, these are dope. I'd like to see them when they come out. I may grab me a pair just to support the brand and Ja's, signature line.
Yeah, because the first two, I really did not like the Ja 1. The Ja 2,
like them either.
You can see the Ja 2, they were trying to make changes somewhere, but it resembled the 1 a lot, and it just didn't work. Now this one, I mean, complete left field. They started over. It looked like. Go ahead, E. Thoughts?
I see on the bottom pair. I see the Kyrie kind of like sole.
Mm-hmm.
On the top pair, on the very top, on the left, closest to Ja, that looks like the Kobe. That looks like I want to say a 6. But I see what Cardo, like I get what you're saying in the sense. I think because the design was creative enough that we don't see it, right? Like it's not the mainstay of the actual shoe like the Sabrina or some of the other ones. But so they allowed to create they gave it probably the foundation of both of those shoes, right? Your cushion, like your durability to play on the court, but then said creatively we got to like dig in the bag on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like and really come up with something. I hate the fact that it was dropped the night that the first game and they got just it was bad. Like that would have been one of those. Let's redo that. Like let's wait until to me like we didn't really come out with the shoe. It's actually supposed to drop.
You cannot lose a playoff game by 51 points.
That's crazy. And debut a shoe is even crazy. So it's like they should have waited till they at least got the home game to
in a loud colorway like that stands out, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming like some of the other colors. I mean, we know this is probably obviously a PE. This may be the first release, may not be, but you're going to see the basic, the blacks, the blue, the white. I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. I do want to see more colorways. I'm sold on this one right here. I would grab this one.
You know what I also like about this shoe?
What you got?
It doesn't look like the overall look of it doesn't give basket. To me, it looks more like a trail shoe.
I can see that.
Like it looks more like a trail shoe than your typical basketball shoe. So yeah, whoever designed these and worked with John's team on these, keep it up. Keep it up.
So the last graphic, I have no idea what happened to it, but real quick, I'll just run through it. It's the Action Bronson. Y'all know what the Action Bronsons look like, and then when I re-release the clip, I'll insert the graphic. So just pretend the Action Bronson graphic is there. Because again, we're back. Action Bronson is restocking his entire New Balance sneaker line that he's ever done with New Balance. Everything. He's restocking it. Entire catalog will be available at the Baklava Mega Store in New York. It's a pop-up shop located 130, just in case you don't want to go up there, 131 Green Street via the Shopify pop-up space. Friday hours are 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, 12 p.m. to 6. You must RSVP at shopifyxbaklava.com for a chance to shop there. Now, us in the chat, we all know what the New Balance run for Action Bronson has been, and then they're still cooking because it's a pair that E dropped in one of the chats. And is that the one for tomorrow? Oh, but he dropped for the draft. I mean, the auction. When was that at E? Was that at Alma Manier?
No, that was on the Kith.
Yeah. I mean, in these prices, I think that all the Action Bronsons retailed about what, $220?
$220.
Yeah. He's had a good run with New Balance, but the fact that he's doing a restock of everything he's done with New Balance, full sizes, full run size, that's dope. I think I don't know if you can catch him on. I don't know if you just got to go to the store, but shout out to Action for telling New Balance that's running back everything all in one. So thought about this. Our money was the kind of one I remember.
I'm happy about this, man, because I've been a fan, man. I got a pair on now. Matter of fact, I got the Rosewater joints on. But yeah, I'm here for it, man, because it's about 3 or 4 that I really, really like out of that whole collab, and I would try to go for it. But yeah, I'm a fan. I like this.
Yeah, the fact they let them do it. I mean, sneaker lines sometimes always want to push what's new and what's getting ready to come out. But the fact that they let them run back everything for the past 4 years maybe, dope.
Yeah.
Carl,
I think it's dope that they allow, like you said, they allow him to run it back. The 1906s will be the only ones that I would look at. I'm not the biggest fan of the V6 990 V6. There hasn't been a colorway, not just of his particular ones, but that particular model shoe. Period. I'm not the biggest fan of. So yeah, but dope that they allow him to bring back, like you said, shoes from 2, 3, 4 years ago, and give people a chance to get them.
Yeah. E.
Yeah. What Cardo said. No, but no, I mean that's it though. Like I'm not a fan of the other ones, but 1906s for sure. I think also, you know what? I mean, and maybe it's just on this side, but the market rollout is not overbearing. It's just right. Like it's not over the top, right? It's almost let the product speak for itself. I think a lot of it is really just kind of self-explanatory of like, if you do the right work, ain't much you got to do. The shoe gonna do what it's supposed to do. What happens is when we start talking about it, it gives it the life to then carry on, and then that's what we're talking about years later. Some of the marketing rollouts, yes, they were pivotal. They were pivotal in the sense that we remember them. We talk about the pennies and all that good stuff, and the Kobe commercials. We don't that's not now. You know what I mean? Like the commercial line. So now it's, what is your marketing scheme? And are you trying to oversell the shoe because it's trash, or are you putting the shoe out there and letting us do what we do, which is identify if it's a shoe that we don't rock with or not?
Right. All right. So speaking of endorsements, if y'all got an answer, James asks, who's got the weirdest shoe endorsement? Now,
Kevin Hart had a weird one.
Kevin Hart?
You remember Kevin Hart had the Nike trainer joints?
I don't know if it was weird because I think at the time he was like really training and pushing the trainer thing. So it made sense to do the deal with him at that time. I can't think of nobody who's weird that has one.
Who's doing all that? Who did the big red boot?
That's Mischief.
That's just Mischief. Yeah, that's just Mischief. That's not an endorsement with anybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody weird. Question. I do have a question for you guys. And I'm give credit. I saw this on, I think his name is Dre, the shoe god or something on Instagram.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He asked a question. What's the shoe that made you all fall in love with shoes?
I answered this question the other night. So I think the first pair I ever wanted, and I knew I couldn't have it, which made me want it more, was just the basic ass Chuck Taylor, because we had to wear uniform and we couldn't. And the shoe had black and white in it, and there was just something you just couldn't wear. And my grandparents would not buy that for me. But other than that, the first pair of shoes that I really, really, really wanted was the Infrared 6.
Yes,
that was the first one.
God damn it. Okay, how do you feel about that shoe now?
Oh, I still love it. I mean,
okay.
I was on 3 the Hard Way the other day when I was designing my custom tumbler, and the custom tumbler is going to be an Infrared 6 with the logo, with the We Are Something Else logo somewhere on there. So it's still at home.
Yeah, that's the question. What's the shoe that made you fall in love with, sneakers, and how do you feel about the shoe now?
What about you?
For me, it's the Infrared 6, but it's weird. The reason that I fell in love with the Infrared 6, and I was weird when I was young. You know how the bottom of the shoe, like if you step in mud or in snow, the imprint that it made in the snow or the grass or whatever.
Yeah.
The Infrared 6 with all the little bubbles on the bottom, and then the weird. I saw that and was like, yo, what? I remember seeing that and was like, what shoe did that? And I fell in love with it. And I found out it was Infrared 6. I've had the Infrared 6 just about every time they've retroed it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I still love the shoe to this day.
Yeah.
I'm about to get another pair of them joints, man. I love them joints, man. But mine's everybody know my favorite joint, man. Cement 3s, man.
Yep.
Especially the white joints. It's the free throw line, yo. Come on, man. That's what got me.
You knew what you was looking at at 88. You was like 4 or 5 years old.
Bro, that shit, yo, I remember the joint though.
Nah, I can respect that.
Not what it was too. I had older cousins and all them had them and shit. And so I remember seeing them like that, and I was like, yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it. I just knew. But I always was fascinated by that shoe, man. Like to me, it's like probably one of the cleanest shoes, man. To me, it's simple. It's not a lot to it, but it's just simple and it just looks good, man. And I'll forever love that shoe.
Yeah.
It's really a toss up. And the reason why I say that is because
my other one would be the 5 too. Oh.
So the question is it in regards to falling in love with shoes, period, or like what was
like sneakers, like what the shoe that you saw that you was like, yo, this is dope, and it kind of started you on that. Yo, I need sneakers.
I think I was there before. That's a good pick for Tampa. For me, to be like completely honest, I think I know Jordan was a thing. Like I get that, and I think that's the common answer. And yeah, you go outside and you want to do everything that he did. For me, to be honest with you, it was Dion's first shoe. Dion's first shoe. Let's just call it what it was. Everybody was like, was an All-American in recess, right?
Everybody
Everybody was an All-American in recess.
Yeah,
right?
You came back in class with your stats. So I had scored 6 touchdowns. How?
You know what I'm saying?
Recess is only 10 minutes long. How you score 6 touchdowns? What are we talking about?
I was killing him.
Right?
Couldn't stop me.
You had 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? You kicked like 4 field goals through the you know what I'm saying? Through the little kickball area, like all of that, right? And even for me was having the football and used to throw them in the monkey bars. We used to challenge if you can get them in every monkey bar, right? So I think for that, it was like Dion was like that all-around player. Because in the recess, we was all around. You was kickball, basketball, you was everything that we played. So for me, when I saw Dion's shoe, I was like, bro, that makes perfect sense. Like you want to play every damn sport and not just basketball. I'm good at football, I'm good at baseball. So yeah, Dion was the one that really just kind of got it for me. That outside of the typical Jordan, which was just basketball, but for sure it was Dion.
And do you still love that shoe now?
For sure, without question, without hesitation, like knowing that the way that it was when he even though I wasn't a 49er fan, like you got to look at what it was, the 90s. Everything was just on lock. I mean, and then the shoe like kind of Armani's, like it's one of those shoes where you can wear with everything. You can wear with shorts, you can wear with like and you can't deny the motherfucker who wearing it was playing.
The fact that we are in 2025 and in 2024 they released a few pairs of the different Dions and they sold out and they're reselling high. Shows you.
To me, the way that people idolize Michael Jordan, Dion should be right there. I feel like, and I don't think.
He show.
Like, and he did it in two. He did it in 2 sports.
Yeah.
He did it in 2. Like Dion literally had niggas out here wearing headbands around their neck, choking themselves because you wanted to be like Dion.
Yep. James's question is: has there ever been a shoe collaboration, vinyl record, colorway, crossover release? Yeah, I'm gonna go. First thing that pops in mind is Vans. They did a Tribe Called Quest. They did the Bonita Applebombs. They did Midnight Marauders. I got both of those pair. Vans really dope for collaborations. Like a lot of people sleep on Vans, but Vans got some dope collabs. Anybody thinking? I know the Wu-Tang joints, but I don't know if that was associated with the Killer Bee joint.
That was just. I mean, the Deodore Raycon purple tape.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, James, there's been a couple different collabs out there.
Damn, that's what need to re-release. Put that purple tape back out. Jesus Christ,
for real. I want the purple tape.
Them shit is hard.
All right, our money. While we got you here, I know you on vacay. I want to hold you up.
You giving up free sponsorships with the IPA all in the camera.
I know. Hey. Let me put that to the side. You're right. All right, go
ahead and introduce this segment, our money.
Also, man, as y'all know, man, I got a segment called Keep It 100 where we display drip and shoes for under $100, man. And today, man, in the spirit of golf, I got some New Balance for y'all, man. So these right there, they're available at every time I say the name, it'll be Dick Sports. Think about fucking Cardo, man.
It's CB because I know CB on the floor over there.
But no, man, they're available at Dick Sports for under $100, man. The white pair like 70 or 65, and then the green pair, which is the 574s, right? And they are like 99, retail 99. So, but man, they comfortable, simple. And you don't always have to go for the Nikes, man. New Balance is good on the course too, man. So yeah, any golfers out there, man, check them out.
All right, dope. All right, real quick, let's just pay the sponsorship real quick. D-Cup Customs, let me put that. D-Cup Customs, sponsor We Are Something Else podcast. Go to dcupcustoms.com, save 15%, WRSE 15. You go.
Welcome to D-Cup Customs, the most creative crafter in these streets. At the heart of the magic is Doreen. If you can dream it, she can create it. Need a one-of-a-kind piece for your business, your project, or even just your ego? We got you. And it's not just tumblers either. We have shot glasses, pens, mugs, badge reels. Basically, if it holds ink or drinks, we do it. And Doreen, she made me a custom Black Panther cup. I was drinking out of it and somebody wanted it so bad, they offered to buy it from me right then. And Doreen looked at me and did this.
Take it, fool. Turn down that good money.
Look at this piece. It's gonna be amazing when it's done. But we don't just do ink and glitter. We also do custom vinyl. So again, if you can think of it, she can do it. We also love working with our guys, and we can't wait to work with you. So if you use the code WRSE15, you will get 15% off your order. Thanks. See you soon.
Dope. Shout out to wonderful sponsors at D Cup Customs. I can't wait for my cup to come in so we can show it. But we're all supposed to be at some point going on D Cups designing a tumbler as part of the deal. So, all right, E, the floor is yours.
So you actually kind of brought it up that what this whole show was about, and on par with what I sent you for the segment, and what the first initial conversation was about is for Is It Just E, have other signature players that have shoes taken note of where Nike has fucked up re-releasing retros so much that they don't oversaturate their own shoe. We just talked about Kevin Durant, right? The 4 is coming out. We all know what's probably coming, like what's on the way, right? Which is a PG, a Paul George, where we were asking for, the Bacons, or we were asking for, hell, even Gary Payton, you know what I'm saying, for the gloves to re-release. I think that signature players should take a note from where Jordan/Nike is fucking up, where they're doing the actual kind of retroing and how they're re-releasing them, and like in the stigmatism of, this is a shoe that I know our money 100% loves. Here's where the problem was, and I was going to tell you to get the whole caption. The caption on this from the sneaker page that I saw it from literally said, "Go restock." In the first initial thought process, I'm thinking like, this is where we're at now. We're restocking shoes that were probably more coveted, in the sense of like, dropped out, probably not going to see them shits again for another 2 to 3 years, right? So why would you restock, in the sense like, you know what I mean? Like, you just missed out. Like that, the nostalgic of a shoe or retro is no longer that, because they're re-releasing them hoes so many times. The Is It Just E is, I'm hoping that other athletes take note, and when they're re-releasing their shoes or retroing their shoes, that they're like, KD should not run the 4s back within the next year or two if they're dropping them next year. That needs to be one of those retirement runs, and then just only release the ones that are on classic pairs. I think we've gotten to the point where now, like I said, the saturation of your re-release is starting to mess up the fact that the shoe no longer really has that same kind of, it don't have that same kick. Like, don't get me wrong, you always, like, you gonna have a pair of 3s in your closet,
right?
But I'm not restocking them hoes when they come out again.
I'm guaranteeing you, our money buys them every time they re-release them.
But that's right. But that's based upon, that's his favorite shoe. What I'm saying is, the average person, like, you got the white pair, you got a black pair, and you probably maybe have an illustration of a collab, maybe like a rare or something like that. But I'm not restocking a shoe that I realize that I'd rather get the 5 if they release that. Yeah. I'm not restocking a shoe that I should have got the first time, that I know that this shit's gonna come out again before the year's over. 100% they're gonna drop the 3s again before the year is out.
Well, yeah, they just did this week.
Yeah, but I'm saying, once again, like, it's not even, It's cool, but like I think it's not cool no more. Like it's getting to that part where it's just not even cool no more.
So here's an add-on to that right here. We have the Jordan calendar at least a year or two out in advance. They're letting you know what's coming out in 2026. We knew what the target was for 2025 was, right? And we know, to most sneakerheads, the Jordan represents a lot in the sneaker culture, right? So that's probably why we get Jordans constantly. And it's different colorways. Like I said, they're killing the colorways. It's this. We know 11 comes out at the end of the year. We know there's going to be a slew of ones. Now the threes are back in play. But they're not giving you, they're not listening. That's the issue with Nike now. And I'm starting to see they don't listen to what we want. You can really take you could take a year off of releasing everything you want from Jordan and kill the game, because listen to a real sneakerhead or real basketball fans. We want the gloves. That Gary Payton glove, the 1 and 2, were dope. We're not getting those. The only Pippins we're getting are the ones with the air on the side. We're not getting the Dunkins.
I'm about to say we're not getting the Tim Duncan joints, man.
How many of us have been begging for the silver and black Dunkins? We just
Especially
got
silver joints.
Go ahead, Carter. Are you on mute?
For one, they don't care to listen to us. Who are we to them? They're trying to get new customers. They already know we're established customers. Like E said, when the black cement come back out, ours getting another pair. I feel about the black cement just like he does. I've just got to the point where it's like, fam, my pair from what was that 2018 aren't bad.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to have that shoe just sitting in the closet and I go to grab it and it crumbles and I never got to wear it. So yeah, I'm not restocking on stuff like that. And like time just move on. Think about like how the Galaxy phone was when it first released. That shit ain't mean nothing. I mean, it sold out, but it ain't mean nothing just a couple weeks ago when it came out.
Right. It didn't have it pulled us in like, damn, I got to get those because we remember what the original release was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
and I'll be honest, you talk about how we want the glove. They re-released the glove 10 years ago. Yeah. And it didn't sell out right away. And they put out like a special colorway, the Soul Collector, the green one with the yellow on it. Those just didn't sell out right away. So they looking at that and it's like, oh, well. And then I think with the Dunkins, if they were 180 when we were in high school, 200.
They're going to be 3.
Yeah. And then people going to be complaining, why y'all charging this much for a sneaker? I'm not paying that for that sneaker. And then I think it also builds anticipation because they know how bad people want the stuff. So yeah, we hear y'all, but we're gonna make you wait 2 or 3 years before we release it because we know you want it, and all it's gonna do is build anticipation.
Yeah,
but somehow Wale gets a fresh pair every 2-3 years.
You said say that again?
I said somehow Wale gets a fresh pair of Dunkers every 2 or 3 years. I don't know how you do it.
Because you got connections in the kitchen.
Well,
and they can put you together a pair.
Yeah. So they can do
it. Yeah, they can do it,
bro.
But they just building anticipation. They know people want that.
If you're doing the run of Jordans every month, give me the Bordeaux 7s. Don't give me the ones that look like the Bordeaux 7s. Give me the Bordeaux 7s.
Hey, that was some bullshit too when they ran them Bordeaux 6s out there. That was some bullshit.
Again,
you the 7 that looks like a Bordeaux 7, but it's not. Like it was close.
The Bordeaux 7 released in 2015. It didn't sell out. They look at stuff like that. Yeah, we want it because it has a connection to our childhood.
Yeah.
But if it didn't sell out in 2015, now you're talking about 10 years later with kids who don't even know what the word Bordeaux mean. They don't it's no rush to put that out.
And the other two on my wish list, the Air Bacons, the OG colorway. I don't care if it's got the flame air on the back or not. I just want the OG colorway.
Yeah, and then never had that flame. That flame air never come back.
Nah, no. And then the T-Bugs that had the flame on, like those are my wish list.
And Bacons, I still got the red ones, and my red ones are I can wear those. The only reason I want the Bacons to come back is if they release that third OG colorway. Everybody knows the red and the black ones. I mean, the red and the blue ones. There was a white colorway with blue and silver that wasn't like it wasn't in all the stores. And I had those, and I got my son a pair. I found a store that had an old stock, and got my son a size like 12C in those. So he'll be wearing them sometime soon. But yeah, the white and blue Bacons. Other than that, if it come back, it come back. To speak to what E spoke about, I don't know if the athletes have say in that. That's the problem.
No, I get that. What I'm saying is, but it's almost in the sense of like, bro, like they for sure like killing that shoe though before it even gets there, right? So, but what I'm saying is, so like, if okay, we on the subject, right? If Duncan says, I know y'all gonna retro the shoe, right? But you're gonna retro the shoe based upon it's gonna be a milestone, because really what retros used to come out was based upon either date, milestone of the player, you know what I'm saying, or something in regards to where like that team was about to play somebody of significance, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to be something on that line, and I know they don't have the say, but what I'm saying is it changes the landscape, bro, of like the actual justification of like why you retro a certain shoe at a certain time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I get it. I get what you're saying.
The
other thing about it is Tim Duncan might not even be associated with the shoe because he's not associated with Nike no more. So they'll just put it out, and we'll refer to it as a Tim Duncan because that's what we know it as.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
but it won't. I mean, you think about like the Garnets. They weren't called the Garnett threes when they came out. They were like the Air Up threes or something like that.
No, I feel you. Same way with the Kobe's for Adidas, right? Because as soon as he left Adidas, he went to Nikes. Motherfuckers there were no KB on there. It was Crazy Eights. They came up with a name that stuck, and it was just like, all right, like that was the thing. We call them Crazy Eights, but there was no illustration on the damn shoe that had an 8 or anything on there that identified Kobe on there. Especially when they retro them shits, and I was like, I'm not about to get these because there ain't no 8 on this motherfucking nowhere. So
yeah,
it's the team version.
Yeah. Speaking of retro,
you all know that I do a segment here called Retro where we talk about shoes that we want to see come back. And I try to grab stuff that we haven't either hasn't been retro yet, or the last time we saw it was a long time ago. So this week I pulled from the 1994 City Series pack, and that's the Sacramento colorway. In 94, Nike Jordan brand released a Jordan 10 for the City Series pack. They had Sacramento, Seattle, Chicago, Orlando, and New York. Some of them we've gotten the Chicago colorway again. We've gotten the Orlando colorway again. And it wasn't when it retroed, it wasn't a part of a City Series pack. This one has never been retro. This is the Sacramento colorway, the all black leather upper with the hits of purple on the sock lining and the Jordan accomplishments across the bottom. Fire shoe. 10 holds a special place to me. It was the last shoe that my grandmother bought me that's no longer here with us. And that was the Shadow 10. But yeah, I want to see Nike bring back the Sacramento 10. Purple is one of my favorite colors. It's a classic look, all black. That's not doing too much. Yeah, let's get that back in here, Nike Jordan brand.
Right. Look, the fact that it took them a while to start even to go back through the 10s to re-release, like finally, right? Like you said, they know kind of what we want, and they're testing the waters again. But yeah, this colorway right here, I look, this would be an easy cop. I mean, not easy cop, but I'm copping it if I do have opportunity at it. So
yeah, I never had a pair of 10s, man.
Never?
Nah, I never had a pair of 10s.
I had the black joints, and then when you grow, your foot grow. That's it. Ain't nothing you can do with that.
If they bring the steel joints, I'm gonna try to get the steel joints.
Well, the steel's supposed to come back with the cap, but it's gonna have the cap toe on it.
Dang, I don't know about that. I remember the joint without the cap toe.
Yeah, the first run of the steels had the cap toe, and they sold those, and then what was ever left. I mean, whatever they reproduced after that first run, Jordan didn't like the cap toe and they removed it.
Yeah, I remember. Because I remember more so without the cap toe. But yeah, it was a brief moment they did have the cap toe. I remember that. Dang.
All right, y'all. We don't have no copper chop because CB is on the other end of the camera, cooking. So what we'll do is just show some sneakers and then just get on up out of here. Armani, you got I'll put you up first. I know you got
CB's cooking.
I see the smoke from the grill.
Yep, he's cooking. All right. Hey, run me back. I'm gonna get somebody else. Hold on. I'll be back.
Is your man dancing in the background? All right, here we go.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna show something slight that finally showed up.
I gotta go right here.
Man, mute his mic.
My God.
Mute his mic.
Before he get us canceled. Hold on, where's he at?
I got it.
Yeah, okay. Before. All right, so I ordered back when the site was around. It's still there, but the Yeezy Mafia site when Kanye was advertising all these products for like $20 when he was doing a campaign for the Bully album, whatever. But I was intrigued to see what life after Adidas looked like for Kanye, and he had these foam slides for like $20. I was like, all right, well, I can't go wrong with just wasting $20. What does it look like? So they came in this week. Actually, they messed up and they sent me 2 pair. I don't know, whatever, but it's the same colorway. But they came in this bag. So if y'all want to know what you're getting for $20, there's no shoebox. I mean, not for these, you don't need them, but it's a little black bag. But it's just a basic ass foam loafer slide, house shoe, whatever. It's got the little ridges at the bottom, tells you shoe size. I mean, for $20 is not bad. I mean,
man, those should have been priced between $8 to $14.
They should have been. The markup is real, but $20. I know what he was trying to accomplish. Like the affordable style, letting you can get stuff affordable and look decent or whatever like that. But these are comfortable house shoes. They're not Rejuvenate, so don't go out and try to look for these. I was just for $20. I was willing to sacrifice just to see what it was about. Not bad for $20, but on the real shoe, Michelle.
Before you show another shoe, after what that man has did this past week, you got to pause showing anything related to him.
You're right. But might as well. Since I got him, here we go. Since we're talking about him, I know what these are. We talked about the 6 run, and I got a couple pair, but I just grabbed whatever's at the top. KD6. This is came out, 4th of July colorway kind of, so I don't know what the actual official name is for these.
I think that might have been the DC pair.
DC, okay.
Like the DC, and then there was DMV pair.
Okay. But yeah, low tops, dope. Cardo, you said it like a burrito. That's why Cardo said that, because the inside of the shoe, like it's split tongue, but yeah. Dope though. Still intact. Haven't worn these in about a year or so, but yeah. KD6s, this is but they're looking like coming out next year. Don't know if that colorway is going to be one, though. All right. Money, you ready?
Yeah, so I always wanted these joints. My man CB got him, and he didn't wear them, and he didn't show them yet. So, yeah. I beat him to it. No, it's the New Balance 1000 concept joints, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I love these joints, man. Comfortable. It's like I love the 1000, man. And CB got his joints in here too.
He just threw a shoe at. What did you put?
He does. He got the golf joints, son.
Yeah.
Fly weave joint. These joints tough, yo. God damn.
Oh, so y'all gonna be
the Augusta joints. Oh, this shit.
Oh, so y'all gonna be matching the Arizona with y'all 1000s on.
Hey, hold on. I'm mesmerized. I'm just seeing them in person though. Yeah. Oh, this shit's fire though. Oh shit.
Yeah, those are fire, but we're not gonna glance over the fact that y'all gonna be matching the Arizona with y'all New Balance 1000s.
But nah, he ain't bring them.
Oh.
Yeah, because he knew I was bringing mine, so he ain't bringing it. Good man. He looked out for you. Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, I was about to say.
Nah. That's my man and all, but we ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Looking like the Wayans brothers.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Look up, Marley.
Not look up, Marley.
Nice vibe.
Hey, yo, Cardo, yo, you gotta chill, bro. You gotta chill. CB been flexing on us for way too long. So it's only right.
Oh, he got the background off just so
Nice.
It's only right, CB. The price was the price.
Ah, man.
I know me and Cardo had a quick conversation about him, but they still hit. This was still be
I still love him. It's just, it's a lot. That's a lot on the shoe.
It is a lot. It's definitely a summertime. Listen, I'm going to the grocery store. These shits look like I'm definitely at somebody's. Yep. This is what's happening.
What lace colorways you got?
A
Volt.
So they got the Volt with the looks like a pink on there, a little red, and then they got the black with the Volt. So yeah, get your what does in. Make sure CB sees these our money. Tell them to slide in real quick.
Oh yeah, CB, come in, man. Yeah, he's one.
I'm putting the press on him because I know.
He's like, damn you.
Because I already know he's gonna pay about $5,000 for these hoes, and they're gonna be on the next show.
Hey, David.
I couldn't remember if I showed these or not. So if I did, what the hell? Y'all know how I switch. It's summertime, so all these high top sneakers and stuff gotta go. Also want to shout out to all my sisters, aka these are the Palace Adidas Stan Smiths.
Oh, them joints fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ain't nothing better than the good old Stan Smith. They took and put the P on the side for Palace.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah, so those will get some nice run this summer.
Hey Carter, you got some mean Stan Smiths too, man. You got the joints with all the diamonds and stuff on it. With the jewels on it. I remember them joints, yo. Them joints was heavy as shit, bruh.
So if y'all remember when
Pharrell
did the stones on the Stan Smiths years ago, a friend of mine did a pair, and I think he did like the exact ones that Pharrell had. So I was like, I don't want the same one. So I got a black Stan Smith and got him to put black stones all over it. The craziest thing is that shoe ain't meant to be worn. It's supposed to be looking. I wore them shits out. Stones start falling off, rolling down the street. I wore them Jones one time. I've never worn them. I think I still got them upstairs somewhere. But yeah, that's funny.
I remember them shits was fire though. Yeah, I fuck with them joints, man. But like it was more like art though.
Yeah, I love a good Stan Smith.
Yeah, I'm a Stan Smith fan too, man.
Y'all about to say, what is your man doing in the background? But there's somebody over there. Okay, I was talking about CB. So they said these look like the Luther Vandross. We'll call these the House of Not a Homes.
Oh man,
they're like a house shoe. All right. So where we at?
I wonder if his cousin wore those.
Oh, all right, yeah, man. Wrapping it up, man. It's been real, fellas.
Yo, all right. So on that note, look, thank everybody for watching. We appreciate y'all. Like and subscribe, all that great stuff. Kendall B Morning Show on Station Head, Funky Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, 8 and 7 in the middle somewhere. All right, where's that button at?
Bro, Cardo's that cousin that get everybody in trouble. Bro.
Yeah, you gotta leave the cookout before Cardo get going. Like, we say
everybody because it is full.
All right, where's the button at?
I just say what everybody be thinking.
All right.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSE Podcast.